Kaz has no. Oh shit, Kaz.
Is she?
Oh, she's awake. She just woke up. She says she's on the way. Slow setup. Cool. I mean, Kaz has never disappointed me.
Oh, of course not.
No, she's perfect. People keep exposing anytime I say something nice about her, so I've just given up on secretly saying it. I used to only say nice things about Kaz very secretly without telling her.
Oh,
It's just because it's just so much easier. I don't want her to know all the nice things I said because they're big gays. uh, okay, cool. Yeah.
oh, do you know how long it would be? Maybe I could go.
Oh no, she said, "Hey, Carrie." Oh, it's Darby. Darby. Hey, Darby. What's good? Yeah, I don't know. I keep calling her Carrie, but it's Darby. I know it's Darby, and she's told me this before. Like people just come in slowly. It takes a little bit of a while. It's not enough streaming talk shows and podcasts. How are you doing, Darby? Kaz literally coming in like 2 minutes. She's messaged in the group. She messaged me at least, and told me I'm on my way. So I'm gonna believe her. You're just drawing. Are you drawing for the comic like right now?
I am. I'm actually working on updates.
Shit.
I think chapter's almost done, and then I have to correct some of the first pages because I wanted to. Have you ever done queries?
Wait, what?
For
queries?
for like agents and things.
I need to understand what you mean. Do you mean Q and Hey, Georgie, what's good? Hey, Pidge. That name looks familiar. I might just be seeing things. Queries. What do you mean by queries? Also, this is a great time for me to actually balance your audio because your audio is coming through like terribly.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. I'm fixing it now. It's coming like really loud, and I don't want you to clip every time you talk. Hey, Chocolate and Tea. I don't know how to actually say your name, so I just keep saying the full thing, and it's getting really strenuous to say. Give me a shortened version, please. I'm sitting by a fire under my... Mama J, hi there. Would you like to sign my petition? It's the welcome bit. Just, say hi to everyone. But you're saying you queries. What do you mean? You mean like questionnaires? Is that what you mean?
No, like how when you're pitching to editors or stuff like that, you sent a query to them. Have you ever done any of them? I've never done one.
That's not what I would ever call it. I would just call it a pitch. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, we're all right, Pidge. How you doing? And why are there two different colored Pidges? The color changed, and usually that just means it's a different person. Also, sitting by a fire under a blanket. That sounds like the most comfortable time in the universe.
That does. Especially now. It's actually snowing in Chicago.
It's snowing right now?
It is. It's still snowing.
What the fuck? It's March. No, sorry. It's April. Cat. All right, I'm going to call you Cat. How have you been?
It's the end of April.
It's the end of April. Fuck. I thought it was January.
Hello, hi.
Hi,
your friendly neighborhood mod has finally checked in.
You finally shown up. You're not dead. I thought you were
7:30. Oh my god,
I was gonna replace you. Just say.
It's like 7:40 a.m. What do you expect?
I mean,
I'm so happy to meet you.
Hi, yeah.
Hi.
I mean, I'm glad that Ned like took over the onboarding and stuff for this time, because like right now we're like in con crunch mode over here.
Exactly. Because I'm always there,
Yeah.
getting your back, helping you out. Just saying.
yeah. You'd like a gold star for that, Ned.
I would love a star. Thank you. Finally, some fucking appreciation.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be the you tried star.
Oh shit! Look, don't expose me like this. I'm young and fragile.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Did we get like questions, whatever, prepared for this?
We did, and then I spoke to her, and she was just like, "Well, you see, I want to talk about comics. I don't care." And I was just like, "Okay, I can't really do anything about that." So okay. Yeah, Pam is very excitable. It's good.
Sounds good.
Yeah. You.
How you been, Kat? Wait, I wanna. How you been, Kat?
Wait, who? You mean Kaz or Cat? What? Who?
Kaz.
Kaz. Cool. She's asking how you are. She's really polite.
Yeah, well, a little bit sleepy because it's been because I'm preparing for con that's next weekend, and it's down in Singapore, and it's not even for my sake. Then have you seen the photos?
I have.
I saw one of them. Hello, clumsy pigeon. I only saw one of them.
Which photo?
I saw the one you sent me for Carrie's book.
Have you seen the one of a test book being printed?
No one's told me anything. I've been in the dark. I've been alone. No one's reminded me.
It's been on my Instagram stories, to be honest. So.
I don't use Instagram. Do I look like one of you young people with social media?
Well, so it was Scarlett who set up the Instagram to begin with, isn't it?
Exactly. I don't understand how Instagram works.
Hello, people. I'm sorry. I just realized the chat.
I like the fact that you just realized that there is chat. It's crazy, isn't it? Technology just supersedes me.
Then you'll probably be taking the lead a lot more in this time, because I mean I can feel like my throat getting like a little bit hoarse, but I'll just keep an eye on like how.
Oh no!
Yeah, she's gonna I told you, Kaz might be dying. Like I say this, people think I'm kidding. I'm like, no, she genuinely might be.
I like how Nen already knew. Like I didn't even tell him anything, and like
I know everything. I'm in your mind, man. You know, like. I know you so deeply. You know, oh, by the way, you know what the best part of this week has been? Is hitting 666 subscribers on YouTube. I'm just going to say, I genuinely was really excited.
Yay!
Yeah, we hit that. The devil's number. It's perfect. I got art made for it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Oh, you did? You got Zebra to make art for it? That's amazing.
I got Farnot to make art for it. I've known... Hey, Joachim.
Okay. Here you go.
I exploited her, and I got her to make art for me. I just consistently tell her, I exploited you, and I got you to make... Oh, wait. Whoa. Holy shit, that looks amazing.
Yeah, boy.
It's so book-like.
Oh my god!
Hey, Joachim. We're just starting. Kaz is half asleep, as always. And we're talking.
Yeah, because of the timing of right now, because...
I did my best.
No, it's totally fine. It's just I had to stay up again last night, not because of the book, but because con prep also necessitates me. I'm actually doing work for 2 different people.
I was up last night too because I went to watch Endgame again.
No spoilers, yeah.
Yeah, I watched Endgame twice. I watched Endgame on the day it came out in the UK, and I watched it. We did a 5-hour marathon. So basically, that they were airing Infinity War, then Endgame. So you watched both. By the way, Infinity War, hella boring. Endgame, wow, chef's kiss. Just chef's kiss. It's a wonderful movie. I had so much fun.
Yeah, and Endgame was fun. Like, I mean, it's a little bit full circle, so I want to watch.
Yeah, like my favorite part of Endgame was Tony Stark overcoming anxiety. That was pretty good.
My favorite kind of ending was when they all went to look for.
Don't spoil it. Don't actually spoil it. I was fucking around. Don't get people to hate me. This is not the time. I have such a thin amount of like from them yet, and I wanted to know that I would fully spoil it if Kaz wasn't here.
Yeah. I mean, you're as excitable as Tom Holland. Who needs Benedict Cumberbatch to rein him in for interviews?
All I'm saying is that Tom Holland is not the best Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire is still the best Spider-Man. Tom Holland needs to step off. We need to get Tobey back.
I like Tom Holland's more innocent take on it though.
I want Tobey back. I want Tobey back. All right, let's focus. Let's focus.
Toby's like a little bit more geek, classic, awkward, and
I mean
Holland is like one of those aw characters.
I mean, Pam, which one do you like better, Tobey Maguire or Tom Holland?
I like Miles Morales from Spider-Verse.
Are you fucking? Don't fucking.
Oh, she's good. She's a good one.
She just left. She just went somewhere else. Went to the other side of the unit. I'm asking you about the two greatest Spider-Men in history. Considering we have the only other Spider-Man we had was Andrew Garfield, who was trash. We haven't really had a lot, but
thing is, because Tobey Maguire, because he was the first one, everyone no, it's always rose tinted spectacles.
It's just because he's a fucking nerd. You know, I realized this today. We have never gotten demonetized on any video. We don't make any money from them, but we've never gotten demonetized. And I swear, within the first 15 seconds of every single video, every video has me swearing somewhere in the first 15 to 40 seconds. It's like, fuck, there. No demonetization. I'm just excited that happened. Kat hasn't watched it yet, so we can't spoil it. Cool. I'm gonna be nice. I'm not gonna tell them about the time when. All right. Okay. Kaz is half asleep. Pam is here. How are you doing, Pam? Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm just drawing.
Very focused. I think we're okay to start. You good to start? Everyone good to start?
Go for it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I stopped playing theme songs ages ago. It's wonderful. I need to just give me like a second. Let me actually get the structure that I wrote down. Because I have one and it's always somewhere in here and then I lose it between. Yeah, okay. So welcome to episode 27. That's 27, right?
We are on 27. Yay!
Yeah, it's episode 27. Episode 27 in the Webcomics Hubcast, the Chubcast, the Cubcast. Today we're going to talk to Pamela Draws about everything and the kitchen sink apparently. And as always, we're joined by my capricious co-host Kaz. Yeah, it took me a while to think about that one.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Look, I did my best. I know like 4 English words. I
know words, big words.
I know very big words. I have the best words. And today's guest is a wonderful, wonderful person known as Pam-Cakes, who's the only person to have ever asked to be on the podcast. And I need to get her face up with the who's talking thing.
What do you mean she's the only one who's asked?
Like nobody else has asked. Nobody else has ever asked to be on, but they just thought. Like
I think the word in our first in our early days it's just like we haven't.
I mean, to be fair, we have like a full schedule all the time. Anyway, Pam, introduce yourself. Tell everyone who you are.
Mm-hmm. Hello, I'm Pam, and I'm the illustrator and author for The Witch of Luminoza.
Okay, cool. I've been saying it right this whole time. Thank God.
It's so weird to say it out loud.
Yeah.
How weird? How hard is it to say Luminoza?
Well, I saw it. And I was like, it could be Luminoza. Like,
oh my gosh.
I say it with a Mexican accent because I'm Mexican, so it's Luminoza.
Luminosa. You see, I was saying right.
Luminosa.
Luminosa.
Oh, that actually sounds kind of Italian.
It does sound kind of Italian, yeah.
Italy, the home of the craziest instrument in the universe. We'll talk about that some other time. But God, it's like this giant lute. It's like, I'm 6'6". The instrument's like 6'8". It's huge. It's fucking huge. Today we're gonna talk about your. Actually, no. Before we start, I forgot the ad. I always forget the ad. Every episode that we do, for some reason, due to the gods just touching us right in our hearts, is sponsored by a beautiful boy named Moso, who runs Moso Box. If you're a creator looking to get your merch out there, or you want, and especially to cons in North America and Canada, or you just want to buy some really affordable merch from people you like, go to shop.moso.moe and use our code WCHUB to get $5 off your $50 purchase. $50 and up, to be fair. He's a good boy. Go check him out. He's nice.
Is he a soft boy?
He's a soft boy. I wanted to talk about soft boys today, and I'm very confused. I still don't know what that is. What makes someone a soft boy? Am I a soft boy? How does one become soft?
Well, you are a boy.
I'm a boy, but am I soft? That's the question I'm asking here.
Is you kind? Is you smart? Is you...
Is you smart? Is you kind? I'm a chunky boy.
Hang on. The dog has run upstairs.
Oh my God! It's Sesame. A soft boy. Let me see. Chunky boy. Hey, Dorito Queen. Oh God, I'm a chunky boy. I'm not a soft boy. I mean, I thought soft boy was just being nice, right? Is you boy? Is you kind? Can girls be soft boys? That's the question.
Girls can be whatever.
Yeah, girls can be soft. That means you don't have to be a boy to be a soft boy. You just need to be kind.
You can be a soft. Yeah, you just have to be soft and kind and good.
I think we should. I mean, we should introduce like a summary for Pam's comic in case no one's read it. I'm sure.
Yeah, that's. I know. I don't want to assume that people read it. You guys want to do it, or should I do it? I don't know.
I guess the easiest summary that I've got is, I'm trying to summarize it all in my head right now because I did not write one because I'm a genius. There's a character.
Our lovely producer has summarized it. So
great. Okay. Well, the main character is called. Well, the two main characters are called Zahir and Elliot, if I'm correct. And the story is about Zahir, who just moved to the city of Luminosa, where he just keeps meeting Elliot as he goes around, and Elliot's supposed to be a gifted boy who's got that quality magic. You know, he's a magic boy. He's a magic soft boy, and together they have adventures and make friends and just find out secrets about the beautiful city of Luminosa. I don't know how to say it right, so I'm just gonna keep saying it weird. Until someone stops me. Probably Kaz. I think that's a decent summary. What do you think?
I think that's great. I don't know. I struggled a lot, like, writing a summary for it. Like, I still have trouble because I don't know how to. Like, I think one time I was like, it's about a boy who's trying to get with the new kid in town and constantly failing.
Oh my God. I mean, look, they're both soft. It's wonderful and adorable to watch. I actually really liked reading it. It took me 3 days to read it because I can't read. But I got to the end of it and I was just like, you know what? I didn't think I would be very interested in the lives of two extremely young boys. And I feel like this is somehow criminal. But okay. I'm on board. It was quite an experience to read.
I'm so happy that you got through the end.
It's just we
didn't just.
We have to read it. We have to because we want to talk to you, and we can't talk to you if we don't know or like what you make. So it's just the way it is here. We only invite people we like, and you're one of the people we like.
Oh, that's so sweet.
we do have like some like questions ready. So whenever you want to launch into them, then
yeah, I got it.
Yeah, sure.
Actually, before we get into
like, I got it.
Yeah, I always got it. I don't, but I pretend like I do. Before we jump into all the usual questions about your comic and about art and stuff, let's do a little background. Let's do a little background on you. What do you want? Tell readers, tell everyone who's watching about you. You know, how, if you want to talk about your age, what you like, what you don't like, why you like the name Luminoza. Please enlighten us.
I guess me in a nutshell would be I love crying over fictional characters. Like, I'm constantly crying over a fictional character. Like, I think my Twitter is proof of that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like, I'm constantly losing my mind over a fictional character from like a book or an anime show that I'm watching. I get very invested really fast.
Really? Steven Universe must be the saddest show in the world for you then. Just constant crying.
It's kind of sad. But, I mean, whatever. I mean, I don't trust anyone that doesn't cry anyway.
Holy shit. Okay. I don't trust anyone that doesn't cry is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I mean, how can you not, like, how can you possibly be a human if you're not crying, at least at some point in your life, right?
I mean, I've only cried at like one thing, and it was Endgame.
None.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Like, Endgame was fucking emotional. Excuse me. You know, but yeah, I get what you mean.
I didn't cry actually, and like I get invested really fast. I don't know why.
All that happened, and you okay, sure. I'm the one not to be trusted for not crying often, but you're the one running around not crying at actual emotional damage. Okay. So I mean, like, since you're saying, what kind of stuff are you watching and reading right now that's making you cry everywhere?
Right. I recently just watched Run with the Wind. Kasega Tsuyu Tsuyoku Tufute. I don't know how to say it in Japanese. But Run with the Wind.
Yeah.
It's a sports anime where they run. I used to run in high school, so that's why I started watching it. I'm like, I'm gonna give it a go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a go, and then I ended up loving all of the characters, and once it ended, I like started to get depressed because there was no more to watch, and then I started making a scene out of it, which I'll have that fan anime if I can finish it. So yeah, I'm drawing like a 16-page scene because I'm really obsessed over this one show that I watched out of nowhere.
I mean, fair enough. I can't really fault you on that. I was never into the running sports manga, but I'm a bicycle fan. I've been reading a lot of bicycle manga, so I get you. I get where you're coming from. Oh my god, it's Sesame.
No, it's the other three.
I wish I
three
had a
dogs.
bike.
So you mean the dogs that are Sesame adjacent?
Yes.
So like that's it. They're just Sesame adjacent. Hygie. Is one of the characters in?
Oh yeah, I love him. I can probably ramble about him for like 15 minutes. You don't want me.
I can see that.
It's ugly. It can get ugly.
It can seemingly get very ugly. Hey, Rachel.
He's a boy. He's the definition of a soft boy.
He's a soft boy. South. You don't put the T. If you put the T, it's too hard. It's soft.
And I started watching Sara Sanmai by Ikuhara. Mm-hmm. I love Ikuhara. He's such a weirdo.
I'm so out of the loop of anime that this is the first time I've been surprised when someone's like, this anime I'm watching, and I'm like, I don't know it. I'm too busy reading.
Sara Sanmai? You haven't even seen like Cats on Twitter? It's like all over the place. It's like
I haven't watched...
Cats on Twitter.
Wait, there's an anime called Cats on Twitter?
No, okay. Cats, like screenshots.
Oh no, I haven't looked, dude. Like,
God, man.
My anime right now the only anime I'm waiting for right now is called Beastars, and it comes out in Netflix in Japan, and I'm just waiting for Beastars. It's like a story about like these humanoid animals and their lives in high school. It's fucking great. I read it already, so I'm just waiting for. That's the only anime I'm waiting for. Other than that, I'm not really into. I've not really watched anything. I was hella surprised when I found out that Netflix has been pushing out anime like every month for the past 2 years. I didn't know. Oh, like Crunchyroll did it as well. I didn't know Crunchyroll had any new anime. I was still thinking that the newest thing they had was JoJo. I don't like JoJo.
What?
JoJo is hard for some people to get into. I don't blame him.
Thank you.
But it's so. It has everything. It's bizarre and it's an adventure. I love JoJo.
It's bizarre. It's an adventure. The best description ever. What's density? It's dense and itty.
Oh, thank you, Rachel. I'm working on the next update right now, actually.
So actually, how did you learn art? No, since
how did I learn art?
Yeah, like how did you learn? How did you learn to draw? What how'd you get your style? Your style's pretty unique. I haven't actually really seen anything similar to that.
I just it's gonna sound so dumb. I just drew a lot. But when I went to college, I took like one figure drawing class, and I think that's what helped me. But basically, I've just been drawing whatever since I think the end of high school. I started drawing like all the time. Before that, I would just draw like maybe like once a month or like every 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, I get you. I mean,
there you have it, kids. Like, if you want to get good, like, draw a lot.
All the time, yeah. I mean, there's no such thing as like inborn talent. It's just practice. That's all I ever.
Yeah, like I know, like, I've always been good at art, but yeah, you have to put a lot of effort, and it's not gonna ever come out like you want it, and it's never, like you're never gonna have it look like you want it, and that's fine.
Yeah.
As long as you're trying, you're one step closer to making it look like what's in your mind.
I mean, it doesn't have to look like. I guess I'm so used to just settling. Like I'll make something and it looks kind of bad, but it works. So I just go, yeah, fine. It looks great.
Yeah, I've been terrible at art. Like I think my Pixiv account has like art from like maybe 10 years ago, and I was bad at art, but you just have to like keep doing it.
Yeah, you just have to consistently.
If you love it, then yeah, it's gonna.
Yeah, but I mean, you've got your art. You know how to draw. Why did you start making a comic? You could have just like done illustration.
So I started actually drawing webcomics at like my my last year of high school, and I didn't start posting them until then. Before that, I did not even go near the internet with my art. And the first webcomic I did was something, I think it was called Power Outage, and it was about like alien girl, and people were trying to take her technology from her or something. And the website where I posted that, it closed, and I lost all my work. So I was like, I guess that's a sign that I should not be doing this.
Yeah, you told me the site. You told me what were they called?
Ink Blazer?
Yeah, Ink Blazer. They were called something else before, but yeah, they ended up being called Ink Blazer.
Manga Magazine. I think it was.
Manga Magazine. Those are the people who were hosting your comic before.
And then it closed down. It was like, okay, I think that's a sign.
Yeah, I mean, drawing from imagination is. I think that's what you mostly do, but I mean, it's not the easiest. And most people probably draw from reference, right?
No, I use reference a lot.
Oh, okay.
Use references if you can, and if you can find them, use references. Like maybe posters. Those are usually from my.
You can't draw what you don't know,
exactly.
So and.
Yeah, I mean, although some people can, but also those people are weird.
No. I mean, when I say you can't draw what you don't know, is like if you know how the body works, even if you've not seen certain things about it, you can sort of fudge it, but then you would still need to have your visual reference, like your visual library, like referred to make sure that it is accurate.
So, like,
Mm-hmm.
what you're saying basically is always buy that wooden statue and use it for. I mean, everyone has one.
I have what are those called? The gray ones? They're like plastic models.
Oh, no.
I used to use my Lucina from Fire Emblem, like the Figma.
Yeah.
I would used to use that. It's actually, if you don't have if you have a Figma, you can just like take pictures and like make it pose, and I mean, hack right there.
Yeah. It's a great life hack. Just if you can't get the wooden figures that are like $5, make sure you've got a really expensive figurine and then pose it.
I mean, yeah. Or just take.
I get you. Even I have one, and I don't draw. I just have one because I thought it was really cute. I just throw paint at it every couple of days. It's gonna have like a couple layers of paint soon. I bought it from
I still don't know how like the wooden figures work. Like, I don't know how they're helpful, to be honest. Like, they've never helped me.
It's like, it's supposed to be like, you know how the figurines work for you? It's essentially that, but without a face. So people who get distracted by like faces and actual body parts, they can like envision the body the way you're supposed to draw it, you know, all the circles for every section. That's it. So if you want to make a person bend over, you can understand that they can bend over from like the middle of their torso or from about their hips, and the figurine shows you like all the different points of movement that I think the average body has.
If you have Clip Studio, I think they have like a modeling thing, and I think that's better.
Yeah, if you've got software, use it. You know, but if you got hard, for me, nothing beats like, you know, a solid wooden object that I can look at.
That just sounded so weird.
But I mean, even if you have those, like, you still need knowledge of like anatomy and body dynamics to make those like models.
Need that wood to work.
Oh my god.
Oh no, Nan.
I didn't do it this time. You see, I'm a good boy.
You just walked right into it.
I literally walked right into it. I'm the smartest man alive.
Anyways,
don't just run away.
So after I drew that and the website shut down, I started drawing another comic called it was called like it was about a girl that could travel in dreams, and I still have some of those pages, but it's ugly, so I scrapped it and I started. And by the end of my last year in my degree thingy that I was studying, which was like math and engineering, and I don't know how I did that because I'm really bad at math, but still, I started working on the story of these two boys, and that's been like 6 years ago. So I've been writing this story.
Hey guys, I'm gonna write a story about these young boys.
You know,
I swear
Issa would be all over this.
I know,
you know?
Right? Issa and fucking Michi, they'll be all over this.
Issa, Michi, and Kari.
Yeah,
you know,
like
because they
young
like
boys. They like them young.
Oh my god!
No, please don't say it in a weird way. Okay, they just.
What?
Yeah. They like shotas.
Yeah, they like shotas.
Yeah, but this is we are still on Twitch though, so you know you gotta be careful.
I'm very careful, and I just said they like drawing anime young boys because it's fun and adorable. It's legal comics. Yeah. I don't think that's a bad thing.
You know how Gon and Killua are like the definition of like sweet and soft. Like they're like so good. Like I want it. Like my dream is to be able to create a friendship like that in a comic.
Oh yeah.
If I could come like at least close to it, I would be satisfied because like.
Oh, that's cute actually.
Right? I mean, like Gon and Killua, like they make my heart fuller.
Oh.
Everyone here just likes soft. Am I the only one that likes that's not super about the soft? I like action. The real soft boys are the boys who like John Wick. John Wick is a soft boy.
Oh my god.
What? He's the softest.
He is.
He's the softest.
He has a soft. He's soft for dogs.
Yeah, he's soft for dogs.
And for justice.
He's not really justice. I mean, unless you count murdering like 700 people for a car and a dog justice, then fine, I guess. Fucking Jesus. God, I love John Wick.
Gosh.
I'm so excited.
You're gonna
excited for the third movie.
Exactly. Thank you. It's not just me. Like, I don't think you understand how hard it is being in this group. They're all girls, and they don't give a shit about any of the shit I watch. Talking to Kaz or anyone in the staff, they're just like, everything you watch is boring. Nobody's into my type of media. John Wick.
I don't think how
Murder.
John Wick would be. I mean, that's not. But I don't know how John Wick could be boring. It's like, I mean, it has Keanu Reeves.
Nobody I've ever spoken to in the past like year thinks it's fun. They all think it's boring. I'm like, you don't need a story for Keanu Reeves.
Well, Keanu Reeves is pretty much a juggernaut on his own.
Exactly. I want my boy Keanu to come in and like shoot some dog killing idiots. And then like do 3 backflips, slam a car into a wall, and then and then call himself Baba Yaga. It's wonderful.
Oh dear Lord!
I low key watched it was like 20-minute video of him just geeking out over motorcycles, and I was like, yeah, good content.
It's so good.
So yeah.
He's just a wonderful man.
Keanu's such a meme though. Like, I mean, sad Keanu is a thing, guys.
Yeah.
So
he got really pissed about that. There's an interview he did on CNN where he talks about how would I like to be in New York and eat my sandwich and not have pictures taken of me? Yeah. It's like, Jesus. Keanu, calm down. We love you.
Press F to pay respects.
It's like the Ryan Gosling doesn't want to eat his cereal meme. Which when
that was funny.
Yeah, but when the person who did that died, he made a video. I don't know what country it was in. He was somewhere. Sat down, made a video, and just ate the cereal. I was like, yes, Ryan, do it.
I'm not that big into celebrities, so I don't.
Wait! The person who made Gosling cereal meme died.
Yeah.
Press F to pay respects.
Indeed. Like and don't worry, those are the only 2 celebrities I like. It's like Ryan Gosling and Keanu Reeves, because they're amazing. They're godlike. I mean, there's also Ryan Reynolds, but he's different.
Ryan Reynolds is a different godlike, to be honest.
They sound like the same person. Ryan, they're both Ryans. Oh my god.
Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool.
Oh right.
Yeah, that's Deadpool.
Oh my god, it's so. I'm so sorry, but it's really hard to keep up with all these white people.
He's basically Detective Pikachu.
He's Detective Pikachu.
Oh right.
That's. Oh, now you give a shit. When he was Deadpool, it's like, oh no. But now that he's a fucking yellow mouse in a hat, now you give a shit.
More like I know who he is now, but.
Okay.
It is what it is. Then you can't get mad at her.
I'm not mad at her. I'm sad. Nobody likes the stuff I like. It's just me. I mean, when it comes down to, I'm mostly talking about you getting into your art, drawing, making comics. I guess the question is, do you actually have a part about this that is easy? Is there a part of comic making that's easy? And also, is there a part that's like so hard that sometimes you wish there was no point, you didn't have to do it?
Like, which part do you like the most and which part do you not? And sorry about the dogs, they're getting excited for your answer.
Comics are just hard. But I like all of it. I like the journey of it from starting to finish. Actually, I literally I'll get annoyed at like, oh well, line art, right? But I mean they'll pass.
Yeah.
So I guess the journey of the of making it is my favorite thing. So all of it.
Like, I mean, which part? You don't have any part of the process that's most like, what is it to you?
Most tedious, most annoying, just
most enjoyable for you, or something like that as well.
I mean, to be fair.
I guess. I guess writing, like when I have to do script writing or stuff like that, I'm really bad. Like English is not my first language, so writing script or writing in general is really hard for me.
Fair enough. I don't blame you.
Mm-hmm.
English is my first language, and it's terrible.
Yeah, Nan is the type to go sorry for my bad England.
Yeah, I mean, yes. Why are you coming at me? I speak the Queen's English. I can do whatever I want. I can.
Like, he sounds like he speaks the Queen's English, but the writing for it is a totally different story.
I'm sorry, you've seen my writing. It's awful. Like, I haven't. Yeah. Thanks.
I went to school in England for a bit. Like, it's one thing to hear them speak, and it's another thing to another thing to hear them, like, to watch them write stuff, and it's like, what is you doing?
She's right. She's right. I write terribly. I have like the worst English in the world. I can't spell onomatopoeia. It's a word I use quite regularly, by the way, and I don't know how to spell it.
I don't think you can judge people's writing by how well you write like one word, but
trust me, that word is a microcosm of my terrible writing. Actually, considering I'm terrible at writing, and we want to know what kind of stuff do you like? What kind of stuff do you actually like reading? Because you wouldn't like reading what I make, but I'm sure there's something you like reading that isn't your work.
Oh, I definitely. Right now, I think I'm reading a book called Children of Blood and Bone, and I love reading Terry Pratchett, Diana Wayne Jones.
What about are you reading any webcomics, or do you just not read webcomics as well?
I read my friends' webcomics usually. That's about it. I don't read any. I don't think the ones that I read are featured, so I don't know if people would know them. I read. Is it Olympus? Lord Olympus?
Lord Olympus.
Yeah, that. I think that's the only one that's featured that I. Yeah, Children of Blood and Bone is really good. It's a good book. I recommend. I
literally looked up the author to see if I knew her because she has the same name as like 4 people I went to school with back in high school.
Oh, maybe you do know her.
Well, it's from the same country, so I was just like, oh, maybe. And then she's like, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then it ended up being a coincidence only, right?
I mean, yeah, of course, it's always a coincidence. Like, nobody from my high school nobody from my high school has actually done anything that I found.
They're all losers.
No, they're doing the thing, just not where I've seen it. But I'm a big Terry Pratchett boy.
I love his. Yeah. He's
Discworld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I use Discworld. I use Discworld to make fun of flat earthers a lot. So, just the name. It's really funny.
I like very trashy fantasy, like
Tolkien.
No, Tolkien is too serious.
What do you mean serious? Have you read that shit?
No, Tolkien is serious. Like there's nothing funny. There's no like funny moments in his books.
Am I the only one that thinks Tolkien is a joke? Okay, it's just me.
Yep. Like, have you ever read a series called Dragonlance? Like, that's like trash. It's like trashy fantasy. It's like I guess
what about what'd you call it? What about Aragon?
No. Unfortunately, I wanted them to read them, but when I was learning English, I wanted to read them. They were so long and I didn't understand, and then I just gave up, and I haven't picked them since.
Like, if you ever if you're reading Aragon, just cut out every third word. It will still make sense because it's not a very well written book.
Really?
You think so? Like,
no, I know so because Aragon written by this 14-year-old who gave the book to his mom, who worked in a publishing house, who basically self-published his book for him. Like, wow. He didn't get, like, most books have to go through like a relatively long stretch of checks and people, quality control and shit. His mom just took it and printed it. She's like, I really like it. It's wonderful. My son is so smart, and printed it.
Oh wait, we were talking about Dostoevsky, right?
Yeah, we were. We were talking about Dostoevsky. Which
I think Dostoevsky's funny too.
I'm gonna point out that I don't think anybody knows who Dostoevsky is. It's
so good.
I know, right? I'm reading a lot of Albert Camus. Yeah.
Oh, I've been meaning to read some of him too.
I mean, reading his stuff when you like media, when you work or do stuff related to media, and you read Albert Camus, it's just everything you read though like is the death of meaning. I'm like, oh, thanks, Albert. You really made me feel good today.
Yeah, that's why I haven't actually started reading him. So I don't want to be pessimistic.
Yeah, or like reading Sartre, and it's just like, thanks, Sartre. I really wanted to feel like shit today. Thank you.
I guess Mark Twain would be another person.
Have you read his last book? The Mysterious Stranger. I think that's what it's called.
Oh, I love that. I think I was reading Evangelion, the one of the mangas, and I think they referenced it, and that's why I started reading Mark Twain.
Yeah.
Because of the Evangelion manga.
When I read The Mysterious Stranger, I really liked it, so I went online and I just typed the name, trying to find like a see if someone printed a physical copy or something, because it's not really an actual story, but it's like, you know, just a bunch of
short story.
Yeah, it's a bunch of his stories mixed together and cut to look good. Hey, Nick, welcome. And what'd you call it? Yeah,
people just put it together. Like his friends put it together. Like it wasn't really written by him from beginning to end.
There's an animation from like 2011 or something.
No.
And it looks amazing. It's this claymation of the Mysterious Stranger, and it's fucking amazing.
I think I know which. It scares me.
Yeah, it has Mark Twain in it and the devil, and because the Mysterious Stranger is about the devil, and people. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful book. It's for me. It's just, it was wonderful to read. It was wonderful to experience. I read a lot. I've not read a lot of books this year. What month is it? April. I think I've read maybe 5 books. I was trying to do like 1 a week, but it's not been working out.
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks because I can't. Like, I only have 2 pair of eyes. Yeah. So.
Kaz, we should get a sponsorship from Audible.
Wow.
Yeah, we should. If only we did.
Well, I mean, screw just having a sponsorship. Can I read for Audible?
Oh my god, yes.
You can use Libby if you. Oh, but you're in England, right? I don't know.
I mean,
this is like a US thing. So never mind.
I'm currently auditioning for Audible, so that's the thing.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm making audition tapes. They have like a free website. You just sign up and drop your audition tapes, and if people like you, they'll choose you. So I've been doing that lately. Reading books.
You definitely have the voice of someone who would read an Audible. Actually.
Some appreciation. The books that I've read from my tape has been "You Have to Fucking Eat," which was a really good book to read. "Go the Fuck to Sleep." I read that as well.
Sounds like
I've read that before, but like not recorded.
And then I'm also reading, right now I'm reading a Winnie the Pooh book. That I'm going to read probably Tolkien. Just because people really like his work. Because it's a good story, but it's badly written. So I'm reading a fan cut of Tolkien's work because it's better than the actual book. And one other thing I'll find.
You should read some Diana Wynne Jones. I think I basically tell people that my webcomic was born from like me basically wanted to do fanfic for what's it called? I think it's called it's from the Chronicles of Crestomancy.
Okay.
It's Conrad's Fate. It's one of the books, and it's like it all started from there. Like I read that book, I'm like, it would be really cool if like the 2 main characters would actually like really love each other, like sincerely, not like not cynically or anything, just like sincerely.
Oh, do you know a good one to read as well would be? That's a fantasy comic. I think it's Kingfisher Chronicles. Something like that. Basically Brandon Sanderson's work. If you know him, he's a big fantasy writer. A friend of mine introduced him to me. I think he's called Kingfisher. I don't remember what the actual name's called. I haven't read it in a while, but it's books from Brandon Sanderson. He makes some of the best fantasy available in the market right now. And Paul Rothfuss, who also makes really good fantasy.
And I think I've heard of him.
Yeah, they make really good fantasy, and it's like it's easy to understand, but like it's got good rules, and it makes a lot of sense, and there's actual character interaction, and I don't spend 9 years hearing about the tree and how the tree came to be. You know,
Fantasy seems to be it seems to be like a good time to write fantasy these days.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
we
big
all
market.
just want to not be in today.
Sci-fi and fantasy is doing really well. Yeah, Ender's Game. People, the other two books are gonna get a movie probably.
Ooh.
Yeah, and Ender's Game was wonderful. I love the movie. I love the books. So sci-fi and fantasy are really big right now. Everybody wants to see something that isn't real life.
Yeah.
Because real life is, I mean, like, I hate to say it, people are finding it a little bit too depressing, so they want escapism.
Yeah, escapism is wonderful.
I guess people just want to see like
Pikachu.
Well, what I want to see, like why I continue to like make the comic is because I just want to see like I guess happy, like I just want to see sincerity and like love and
in your comic.
Things that people are like scared to like come out and say. Like I feel like it's been like really cynical these past few years. Like everybody's just like.
No, you're right. A lot of media, a lot of work that's been made has been cynical. Even I fell to that. I was writing and then I just went, oh, I just gotta kill my main character.
Oh God!
It could have continued. It could have been a good story with lots of happiness. I was like, oh fuck it, it's funny.
Yeah, we could use all the positivity that we can get, especially now. So yeah, as long as it's like something positive, I do want to see it out there.
As long as it's something positive, anything positive.
I mean,
there's lots of positive.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Actually, we're talking about your work. Your work is pretty much original, based on Diana. I forgot her name. Sorry. I'm gonna have to Google
Diana Wayne Jones.
Diana Wayne Jones.
Yeah, that name that name's definitely been kicking about.
I'm gonna go.
Howl's Moving Castle?
Yeah, I know Howl's Moving Castle. I've watched Howl's Moving Castle like 3 times in the same week. I really like it. Mostly because I like Calcifer, because he's the very embodiment of my soul.
Calcifer is snark. He is snark, like fiery snark, literally.
Dude,
it's great.
You've known me for like a year. That's just me, all the time.
Yeah, so you go around wishing that people, like, for all people's bacon to burn. Yeah, that's pretty much you.
Oh boy.
Gotta be petty the right way. Never wish someone gets hurt, but always wish that their bacon gets burned.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's not for you.
But yeah, no. Like, you know, those are pretty good works. What is your favorite original work that's banging around right now? You know?
Oh, I have so many.
Like, just like if someone said you're going to an island right now, right? You're going to an island right now, and you have to choose one book, one comic, one whatever that you have to read for the next 2 years. Which would you choose?
Oh dear. Then what? Why are you doing this to me?
Because it's a good question.
Yep.
I don't. I need to look up like my bookshelf.
Looks at bookshelf.
I guess I would just take the full season of Run with the Wind.
So you take one of the books of One with the Wind. Is Blackburn one of them? Blackburn is on my list of comics that I would take. It's on my list. If I had to take 5 things to an island, Blackburn's on that list.
Aww.
Yeah, I can't forget about Radar. She's so important in my life. Oh, she's great.
It's thanks to her that we're here.
Yeah, exactly.
We're here chatting.
No, but I mean, come on. So you take one of the Running with the Wind books, right?
It is actually a book, and it hasn't been translated. I'm so sad.
I choose Watership Down or Song of Dragons, complete trilogy in one book. See, that's a smart choice there. Look for a book that has everything in it. I mean, you've already told us what you want your readers to get out of your stories, which is actually quite interesting to find out. You were like, I just want my readers to get some positive. You basically just said, I wanted some positivity out there. So I'm assuming you just want your readers to get some positive soft boys being happy and soft together.
Yeah.
But I guess the question would be like, is there any what main thing are you trying to get across? Is it just that, or is there more, or is it? Am I missing something?
Well, if I'm lucky and I can continue writing this, this story is gonna be really. There are a lot of moms, and one of the things that I wanted to showcase was I guess found family and like I don't I'm like running out of words. I guess I wanted to show the importance of like of family bonds and like friendships, I guess.
Okay, I get you. Yeah, the importance of relationships is not really something people talk about anymore. Most of the stuff I've read in the past year has just been, hey, do you want to go blow some stuff up without magic? Yes. So
I mean, there will be action and like magic and stuff like that, but yeah, basically like what's important to you are gonna be like mostly the connections that you make.
Character dramas are very important. We don't get a lot of those, so that's a good thing. It's hard and complicated to write, the dialogue and the relationship between two characters, because it's gonna get really personal, and you don't really want it. And most people don't want it to get too personal. It's just the way they are.
Yeah, I think it's a lot harder to get like a good feeling across than to just like draw like an action comic or like a thriller or stuff like that, because like it requires a lot of sincerity and like putting yourself out there.
That's true. I'm going through questions because I'm just like, you answered them all so quickly. Like without actually being asked. Just I'm going to tell you that. How much of your story is based on people you know in your life?
I think so here started out like he mostly used to take up a lot after me, but like characters grow as you write them, obviously.
Of course.
So I guess they all of them had like a base from people that I know, like my family or friends, or like people I've met online, or like books I've read, right? So they all start like with the base, but then as you write them again and again, like you're making a story, they start to develop their own things. So I think most of the I think Zakir, Elliot, and Zakir's mom and Elliot's I don't know if this is going to be a spoiler, but I guess Elliot's real mom and his two guardians, his two other moms. He has a lot of moms, I love that. You can never have like too many moms.
Even the dads.
Really?
Everyone's a mom.
Moms are so like at one point I wanted to make this comic about like just moms and like be like suckers, you thought it was about two boys. Nope, it's about mom.
But it was me, mom. Oh my god.
You thought
that was a really bad reference.
But it was me, Dio.
There we go. He gets it.
Of course I get it. I mean, look, I know I'm old, but I get some of the memes. Come on. I'm down with the kids.
He is with the time.
I'm hip. As they say, happening.
So yeah, those characters, they're definitely people that are based on they started out as from real people, but they're after like writing them, they've become like their own people.
I mean, I guess the question will come from here is like, all right, is that not that there's too many moms, but what are we supposed to learn from the moms? Are we all genuinely inside just the moms? Tell me. Like, what are you trying to teach us with the mom saturation level? It's high.
Oh, yeah. So, having, I guess, like having so many moms. I guess having so many moms is just like, I do want to make them like lovable and like fun, or at least a bit interesting or endearing in some way. So that people, this is gonna sound so weird. Like, we all have like a motherhood inside of us. I mean, whether you're
I know what you mean.
Regardless of who you are, there must be something that you want to protect, or that you love so much that you're like, I want to defend it with all I have.
Everybody can be a soft boy, and everybody can be a mom.
Yeah, I guess. Everybody can wear the mask.
Yeah, everyone can be a guy. No one cared about me until I put on the mask.
Oh my gosh.
If you think about it, no matter how much no matter how much appreciation you throw at moms, what they do is like something amazing, because like they give up like almost their own identity just to take care of you. Like, because when you think of your mom, sometimes you don't even think of her like as a individual. You just think of her based on your relationship to her.
I just think of food, I'm not gonna lie. So
yeah, and like she gave up like being a person just to feed you, right?
Oh
and like
God,
that's amazing. like nobody, like it's like the most selfish thing to do. Like, you're just the person that like you only care about your stuff, and then but your mom just like, she gave up so much just to see you grow.
Thank
it's like,
God I called her today.
That's amazing.
Yeah, thank God I called her today. I mean, this would have guilt tripped the shit out of me. Like, I swear. Like,
it's like, if you're giving up your individuality for a tiny person that depends on you, like, I guess that's pretty tough, right?
Yeah, I see.
I mean, there are bad moms, obviously.
I know, but like, we're talking about the soft moms. Don't worry, I get it.
Yeah.
Soft. No, everyone on the inside is actually just a soft mom. We are the moms. Video games are the We are all moms on the inside. Protect your soft boys, people. Read more comics with soft boys. I just listened to you defend moms for like 10, 15 minutes, and I don't know why. That was the funniest thing I've heard in a while.
I know, it sounds so weird, but like, I get very passionate about moms. And I'm not even a mom myself, but
I have no
I love
kids,
my mom.
but moms.
But listen, have you heard of this really great thing called a mom?
Have you heard of the only person who knows how to make the right kind of spaghetti for you? Mom. Nobody else makes the right kind of... I can't do it. It's actually kind of annoying.
I wish there was a lot more media centering about the struggles of mom. What was that movie that just came out?
Which one? Like, which of
It was like an animated movie. I think it was The Flower That Grew.
Wait, I think I know what you're talking about.
It just came out. It was like about a girl that like, she couldn't grow up. Like, she would just stay young forever, and she like brought up a kid that she found during like a massacre or something like that. And like, I wish, and yeah, Wolf Children is also really good. Like, stories about moms are like, they're my jam.
I got to cook the spaghetti in this. I tried. It doesn't work. I don't know what the fuck she was doing, but my mom made some great spaghetti. Oh God, I can't wait to go home and eat some spaghetti now. All right, I'm really deep into this mom story. You don't even know where I am now. You said you were, before I have to segue from the moms, and I apologize for all the people who care about the moms.
I think we just bored everybody.
Yeah. No, they were all there just going, Mom, she makes me spaghetti. You said you were redrawing some parts of your comic. Why?
I'm like constantly. I do want to print it, so I might as well start at some point.
Okay, good. We talked about this like 2 weeks ago, so it's really good that you said this. Kaz enlightened us 2 weeks ago on the podcast about how you have to make sure your drawings are on point. If not, you're going to basically have to redraw everything anyway if you want to put it in a book.
Oh, pretty much, yeah.
I used to work in printing, so yeah, I know.
Quality.
Oh, you used to work in printing? What exactly? I mean, I'm really into this because I've been wrestling with print specifications because I had to get the comic printed. So you'll have to let me know what it was.
Oh dear. My sincerest apologies, or I will be praying for you because it's like, I mean, there is a way to do it right, but like it depends. It's just.
It's such a pain in the ass.
It is, but it's also really satisfying when you have like something that you can hold.
Yeah, I mean it's what we all want in the end. You know, that's why we're making merch. Like everyone just wants a piece of like what they've made that they can hold and be like, yeah, I made this. I made this. like
it's like I constantly just tell people like if you can draw something at like 600 dpi, like 300 used to be like the highest that you could do for printing because like technology has advanced so much that you can like it's better if you draw at a better resolution because we have the technology to print it.
Okay, calm down. This isn't 1997. We're not watching Bionic Man. Let's relax.
But yeah, you want to if you're thinking about printing something, you might as well take the steps as soon as possible to like get yourself informed and all of that because you don't want to go back and be like, oh snap, I effed it all up.
That's the thing. It's like I've noticed with okay, so this is when I first got into art, like when I was going to the art scene, the actual like drawn art scene. Because I was a photographer for like 2 years. I'm still a photographer, but I rarely take pictures because creativity escapes me. But when I was a photographer for like
and you don't have Instagram?
I really don't like Instagram. I do photography for myself. It's not for anyone else. I have a Tumblr, but it's like it's 2 years old. The latest art is like 2 years old. But when I got into when I really got into the drawn art scene, I thought, because of my computer science knowledge, I thought that art wouldn't have been that difficult because I thought basically every image was a vector. So when you do computer science and math and stuff, your brain goes, the most logical thing to do when you're making art software is make everything a vector. That way, you can scale everything however you want because vectors are just points on a graph and you can basically expand it as large as you want. You know, that's where I went. That's where my brain went. I just like, it's just translations. I don't know why everyone's complaining. It's just translations. And then I actually used art software for like a week. I was like, oh, fuck me. I can't understand how you guys deal with that. If I was I would draw like highest resolution possible every day for the rest of my life. But then I also understand that it's a pain in the ass.
I think, well, I guess if you were doing photography, like even like not even like 5 years ago, I mean, the info that you have online, that you have access online would have like, it's totally different from what you have today. Like today you can just like Google, how do you do this? And then you'll have like 20 things pop out, right?
Yeah.
And we didn't have that.
When I first started, I didn't even know what the difference between a DSLR and an SLR was. And I had to go to my teacher and ask him.
Yeah, like,
well, that's learning for you though.
Yeah, but it's like I taught myself the ukulele on YouTube. I learned most of my current skill based, even coding, on YouTube. I couldn't learn photography with YouTube for 5 years because no one was gonna teach you shit. They were just like, bro, get real teachers. Pay money to go to school to do photography. That was it. And art is like, the art scene has gotten really cool on YouTube, actually, now I think about it. Like, I've noticed that there's a lot more tutorials and a lot more ways to learn how to draw different things. And a lot more people like Pam who don't like to use the wooden figure. Yeah. A lot of our channels I've been watching lately have just been like, so take out your Goku figurine and begin to change his position.
That's gonna be me, like.
Yeah. Don't worry. Don't buy the $5 thing that you can buy in IKEA. IKEA. It's IKEA. It's not IKEA.
It is really interesting that you say it's IKEA because a lot of other people think it's IKEA.
Yeah, I watched the ad. The old guy just goes, IKEA, the wonderful everyday. So, all right.
I've never seen an
IKEA, you're a world of ideas.
Yeah.
That's Steve ad.
Never seen an ad for that.
Well, they make them in
I
the
guess
UK.
they don't show it. Oh, okay.
They got they got tired of people fucking their name up. So they're just like, it's IKEA. Like that's it. As what? Oh, look, it's Moso. I told you he's always watching. He wants to make sure that we put that ad break at the beginning every time.
I think my Mexican just like reads it how like with a Mexican accent, and that's how you would say it.
IKEA.
IKEA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So it makes sense. I feel you.
Like they sell like they're great. Have you been to an IKEA recently?
What are we?
I've been to 2 in the last month. I freaking love the place.
How are you
I live for the
going so
meatballs.
rarely? Pam, when was the last time you went to an IKEA?
Oh, I think when I just moved, we just moved apartments, and that was like at the beginning of the year, and it was the worst thing ever.
You need to go back. You need to calm down. Forget the fucking furniture. Go in there. Go upstairs or downstairs. I don't remember where we put it. Find the place where they give food. Eat the Swedish meatballs. It's amazing. Then, after you've done that, look at furniture for 2 hours. You will never be depressed again.
I was so confused that they had like a food thing. I was like, oh my.
They sell lingonberry jam.
Ever.
They sell
My
lingonberry
my
jam.
My first thought was like, this is the whitest thing ever. Why do they have like a food place inside a furniture place? But
it doesn't matter. The Swedes are weird people. Who gives a shit? They have good food.
What are they called? What?
Swedish meatballs.
Lingonberry, the Swedish meatballs, yeah. Kotbula or something like that.
Yeah, and lingonberry jam.
Oh.
Lingonberry jam, Swedish meatballs, a lingonberry soda, right? And some fries. Just sit down.
Oh, the cream sauce is great.
Yeah, the cream sauce, you know.
Is there like a Mexican equivalent of what it would taste like?
No. Because the Mexicans don't make food as good as the Swedes, all right? It's just how it is. Don't take it personally. Shit happens.
They found food because they found beef. Oh.
They're like,
okay.
Yeah,
oh, that's smart.
Yeah, it's a very good tactic. It really keeps people in store. That's why if you go to Tiffany's, the jewelry store, they sell breakfast and dinner. Don't ask me why I know.
You've been?
It's a long story, all right? They only started offering breakfast in 2016. Even though the song about it was out for like 20 years. But yeah, just go to IKEA. Go to IKEA, all right, Pam? Go to IKEA.
You were saying IKEA.
I fucked up, but it doesn't matter. I could change. Go to IKEA, man. Nothing can beat frijoles, man. No, IKEA food can beat frijoles. If you're ever feeling down or feeling like shit, get in an Uber, get to IKEA, just walk around, eat food, look at the furniture. Think of a nice house you would make. They had some really nice jars. I'm not even kidding. A friend and I went to IKEA and we spent like 20 minutes talking about how this really dark black jar was better than this brown jar because it had a nice matte finish. Why? I don't know. It was great. You should all do it. I'm enforcing good behavior. I promise. Take your mom. Treat your mom to a nice day out at IKEA. I'm gonna say it wrong. It's fine. Don't call me up. Pam, you there?
I am. I'm sorry.
I'm just with my IKEA ideology.
I think this is the first time we've had someone who's drawing while we're having our podcast on.
I know. Usually they're not. It's very surprising. I couldn't really say anything. She's got an update to make.
You should have subsidized national childcare.
Oh my god! I saw that, and I'm not gonna. I don't want to get into it today, so let's not.
It was what was it yesterday? It was like National Disability Lesbians Day.
Yeah.
That was good.
What do you do on that day? Is there like a thing? Is there a thing a cause?
Hi,
look,
Radar.
it's Soap and Radar. Radar hasn't said hi to me in weeks.
Hey!
Oh, yeah, I haven't
Radar.
talked to Soap in a while. I miss you guys.
Aw, so adorable.
Cute.
Let's see. Okay. I just want to get through the question so we can talk about comics quicker. So I'm trying to get to the point where we could talk about comics only, because that's what we were texting each other. And we were like, yeah, that's what I want to talk about. I was like, yes, we should. Have you ever thought about changing your characters while writing or drawing them? That's actually a good question from Chocolate and Tea.
Yeah. Oh, like changing them how though?
Like, how would you want to change them? Like, would you want to change their hair, their face, their personality? Make them.
I think I changed them. I changed Tahir's eye color from green to brown, because I was like, brown eyes are really pretty actually. So let's change that.
I saw Elliot, and on some level, I imagined Elliot as like a big buff man, and I was like, that would be cool. He would still be 7. He would still be 7 years old, but he'd be like super buff. And you're just
ready for ripped people, are you?
I mean, it's just, I'm always ready for ripped people, man. Like, I don't think you understand. But all I'm saying is, a 7-year-old and he's buff as shit sounds cool. I want to be like,
that's why you should watch JoJo, because
be like
it's
6
like
foot
literally like 13-year-olds and they're buff.
Yeah, but if I want the ridiculousness of JoJo, I can go to Fist of the North Star.
I've never actually.
Shinderu. Nani?
Nani?
Oh, I need to get that noise on a soundboard. I need to buy a soundboard. Yeah, they're 8, I think. 7 and 8 or something like that. I'm your biggest fan.
Wait, who's 7 and 8?
Your boys. I swear they're like 7 and 8, or am I mistaken?
No,
they're 7th graders. That's what it was. My brain took 7 at 7th graders and confused them. My bad. 7th graders are like what, 13?
Yeah, like they're turning 13, or they're already 15. I don't know.
13.
I also don't know their birthdays, and
I make
feel really
these
bad
characters,
about that.
and I have no age. They have no age. They are formless blobs.
I don't know their birthdays. I know their age, but I don't know their birthdays.
You should make an episode where they're just slimes. Just make them up. Just make them slimes, and then they still go about their day as usual. That would be hilarious. I want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's.
What? Hi, Soap.
You're just reading Soap comments.
I'm just reading the comments. You guys are so sweet. Like, I don't deserve.
Then, like, this time, do we even have a rating segment or not? I don't.
We have a rating segment.
Did you actually design one?
Of course I did.
Good.
What do you take me for? Oh. I'm a man of hard work and metal.
Are you?
No, but we'll get to that. Okay.
Elliot evolves into Howl. Oh my god.
Pam.
No, Howl is horrible.
Oh my god. Pam, we should talk about the thing we were talking about before Kaz showed up. Remember when we were talking about you talked about the instability of the webcomics industry. We can finally talk about webcomics now. It's gonna be good.
Oh, yes. Okay,
We're here. We're doing it. All right, let's do this. All right. Okay. So we were talking about the instability of media on the internet, more or less, and how that would affect webcomics. I think that's where we were, right?
Yeah, we were talking about like I was also talking about this with Raider, and we went into a really dark place with it.
Oh god.
I was like, it's just the amount of content that creators have to churn out to even get like lucky or to even get noticed. Yeah. It's just not sustainable, and and I don't know how long it will last.
I mean, I think the problem that always happens is lots of readers are in it for the long game. I think most people here are readers, and they will admit that they can find a comic. It doesn't have an update more than once a month or once every 2 months, and they'll still read it, you know? So I think the problem is a lot of creators aren't in it for the long game, in that, like, like, for example, we make this podcast once every 2 weeks, right, Kaz?
Yeah, we've been doing it for a while, and we know it's good. It's our skills are still developing and stuff.
Yeah, but it's also like, it took us like over a year to hit 27 almost 2 years to hit 27 27 episodes, you know. by now most YouTube channels would have fucking 3,000. Like, you know, J Station would have waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning, episode 455 by now, you know.
A lot of people underestimate the amount of work that takes to make a comic, like build up a fan base and stuff.
And I think that's something that should be addressed.
But the thing is, a lot of creators are also going too deep.
Yeah, they joke about like, oh, it's gonna take me like 10 years or I'm gonna be dead. But like, that's a serious problem. Like, people are getting like burned out, and like, it's not healthy. Like, we do need to talk about it as creators collectively. And like, I know readers will like, they don't mean harm, but when you're in that mindset, like, it's obviously gonna affect you. And everybody just needs to be like more aware of it. And people will not be aware of it until like people like are in the conversation. If you keep talking about it, eventually someone that's not listening is gonna listen. So yeah, keep talking about it.
We have like a huge like I think we have addressed this problem before about like there's a lot of content out there, so readers do get demanding about like we want things like already like, where is your update, like my god, time to delete this because unsub because you know there's nothing going on, especially it's younger it's younger viewers, especially like with all due respect, like we like we like having like, you know, kids come in because like, you know, breed the next generation of people who like media. But at the same time, it's like, oh god, it's really entitled of them.
I mean, it's not. That's the thing you need to understand. It's a market thing. On the internet, the amount of content tends to infinity. There's virtually an infinite amount of everything everyone here is making. And I know that sounds really depressing, but it's just what it is. And because there's an infinite amount of it, the value of your work tends to zero. You know basic market fucking fluctuation. If supply is huge and demand is high, but the supply is like near infinite, the value of the supply is really low. Readers and viewers aren't particularly entitled. It's just a lot of creators do this thing, and this is the thing we had to avoid, and I could only avoid it because I have Kaz, and Kaz stopped me from being an idiot. But you know, that's literally that's my job. Yeah, that's it. She just keeps me from being stupid.
Bound it basically.
Thank you. That's the nice way to say it. But it's like a lot of creators do this thing when they start making content. They make content so regularly. Oh, the dogs are so excited.
It's not my dog this time.
Oh wow, there's other dogs that aren't yours.
I think that was my dog.
Oh fuck. Wait, okay, I'm the only one without a dog. I feel lonely.
Get a dog already, but if you can care for one.
We'll okay, so anyway,
do you mind? Anyway, so about
content. Yeah, a lot of creators get into this thing where they make content super, super regularly, and then they burn out. Like, it's very easy for us to burn out. It's very easy for us to say we won't burn out. We make a podcast, but it's only every 2 weeks. But we also both balance work and other things. Like lately, I've been balancing the directing of the dubs, which for people who are on Patreon, the dubs are almost done. So look forward to those. They will be up soon. I'm gonna post a cut snippet of those. But
they're funny. They're funny.
She liked them. There's a snippet of work in progress. But anyway, you know, like I've been directing the dubs recently. I've been writing the videos. I've been working on the website. I'm coding, my friend's coding the website, but I'm trying to see if there's anything I can do to help him so we can do it faster. You know, even getting through stuff. And it's like, I understand how easy it is to burn out when you've got a lot of work going on at the same time. A lot of creators do that to themselves. They work themselves to near death. They work all the time.
They don't realize that it's actually like a lot of work that they're doing. I go through that. I mean, my creators go through that.
Yeah, they work all the time, like constantly, and then they go, you know, why are my viewers asking for so much? I'm like, because you gave them so much. You can only It's not only that, but the way that social media structure is so that art is not, art has been devalued so much because we don't give it the time that we used to give it a lot. Like sometimes when you post it on DeviantArt, when you post these things on DeviantArt, you gave it would be given a little bit more time. But now that you're just scrolling through things, you're not giving it
you're not giving it the time that
amount
it
of time.
Just, yeah.
No, you're right. But we also need to face the reality that that's where we're in. That's the market. And it's not a good market.
Oh God, my.
Holy shit!
They're
That was
angry.
really loud. I'm so sorry.
They agree.
No, but what I was saying was like that's the market, and I get you. That was really loud for anybody who heard me laugh like just a second ago. I'm so sorry. But I get you. The market is terrible. I'm not saying the market's a good thing, and I'm not saying like I'm happy with it. But it's the reality that we need to accept that while that it is what it is, and we need to work with it. We are on the internet. We require the internet. You need to work with the internet. A lot of art.
I don't think we have to work with it.
I mean, do you want to gain the pop? Do you want to make this something you do more regularly? You kind of have to. From a marketing perspective, it's a requirement.
Yeah, what I meant was like we don't have to like go by their rules. Like we don't have to, but I think it would work if more artists would work together, and we like if we come together as artists and as individuals, and like to beat the system, right?
Yeah, we should have the Marxist revolution of art. And I'm very down for that. Don't worry. Don't get it twisted. I am down for this neo-Marxism postmodern art. All right, I'm very down for it, even though it's nothing I've said makes any sense. But I'm very down for it. But there's also the added point of for us to even get to that point where everyone is working together, we need to understand the market that we work in. A lot of artists do not understand the market they work in. I've seen a lot of really, really creative artists. You know, they're good, they have the imagination, they can draw, and then they go, why does nobody like my work? And then they like fan art. And I'm like, maybe draw some fucking fan art, get people to notice you, then continue your work. People, like it's the conversion thing, you know?
Is like the big two, like Marvel and DC, don't even get the market. Like, I mean, it's obvious that
even they're not in the market because they don't release work like that.
Yeah, anymore. Exactly. Like they're not even in the market. So, a lot of indie artists actually do get it. Like, and like we need to we do need to unionize and like start talking about it because like.
Oh, this is like the greatest thing ever. This is like all of my SJW dreams in one place. Let's do it. Unionize.
Oh my God.
Seize the methods of production. Take down the factories.
Like I know it's like maybe you think like it's gonna take a long time, but I mean one day is a good place to start with. Like
yeah, I don't actually think this will take a long time. Like, there's lots of already. What you're talking about in general is what would be called a collective, which, yes, collective. Just everything about this. It's so left. I'm so happy. Anyway, so I'm sorry about the whole taking a moment away to talk about the left, but it's only talking about a collective. We already have a couple of those actually. We've got two right now that are relatively large. Hiveworks is a collective. Spider Bot, I think that's what they're called. They're also a collective. There's a third one that's big, but they're big in a weird way. They're called Stonebot. I follow a lot of these because I like to understand the market and everything. And the problem that they have is reach. So I said this to you earlier. I was like, Hiveworks would be more popular if it had an app. Even I'm making an app for myself so that I can use Hiveworks because it's getting to become a pain in the ass to have to open a fucking website every day, you know? And nobody really wants to be under the boot heel of a company that while they care about making good content, like Webtoon and Tapas care about making good content, they only care about it in relation to how they can profit from it. And that's not their fault. They're a company. They've got people to feed. They've got things to do, you know? It's just how it works.
Yeah. Artists can be this similar though. Like they would want to like do certain stories just for money.
Exactly. Nobody's immune to it. Exactly. Nobody's immune to it. So the problem here is coming up in a situation where you can have a collective of artists who are willing to work together and boost each other. And that's another thing I've seen about artists. They don't boost each other a lot. Like they try to. But a lot of artists that are doing really well, I don't see them boost jack anyone. Like unless you've done a commission for them, they're not boosting it. I'm like, read something you like and tell people about it. You know, take like a minute. I
mean, yeah, that's what I meant like by sincerity. Like if you're sincere, you're gonna tell people like, I like this. You should probably take a look at it too.
Yeah.
And like people are just like, It's become like really.
It's harder for people, and they don't get it.
It's like whatever. levels.
Requiring. What are your thoughts on so many platforms requiring artists to upload weekly? I found interesting that one of the apps, Legion, allows artists to upload every 10 days instead. I mean, weekly and 10 days. The weekly thing, it's very
painful.
Yeah, but it depends again on what you're making. Like I said this. When we were talking with Unfins. I said this. I was like, no, I was talking to Sophism actually talking to Sophism on her stream. We're just having a chat, and I was like, the buffer exists so that the weekly thing can be a thing. Comedy comics, because most comedy writers are good just at comedy in general, so they can pretty much bring out a new thing every couple of days because they're just good at the premise. The only problem is drawing, and even with the drawing, I think Unfins manages to put out managed to have a really healthy output of content without too much strain, at least for him. But a lot of the big comics are fantasy and drama, and you know how fantasy works, of course. Lots of effects, lots of lights, lots of drawing needed just for one scene. Like I was talking to Sophism and she was drawing, and she was like, I spent 50 hours drawing 2 panels. I'm like, why? It's like, because I want it to look good. And it's like, that's the amount of work most artists have to put in. And it's not compensated for when you're working with companies like Webtoon or Tapas, but it's not like they can compensate you, because if they were to give everybody the $750 that they're supposed to give you for 50 hours of work, they would go broke in like 2 weeks, and there's no way they can make that money on the internet. There is no way, especially Webtoon, they cannot make that money because they're like, most of their market is a bunch of young people. Those young people do not have the money to sustain that website.
Oh, I do want to talk about that. Like, I know that the Webtoon, the Webtoon readers are like really young.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of people give them shit like, oh, they're 12-year-olds, they don't know. But like, you have to take them seriously.
No, I don't think they don't know.
No, but I see that some people like talk about like, oh, they don't know, or like stuff like that. But like,
it's true they don't know a lot though.
But then that's the thing. Like, it's not our job, but to like teach them things, like obviously, but I think it's important to take them seriously, because like when you were 12, you were like, obviously, like.
No, dude, when I was 12, I was playing with my soaps. I got a pencil case, bro. My life was lit. I just got Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I'm not like these 12.
But like I know their struggles are completely different. But I think it's important to take them seriously, because they are gonna grow up and they are gonna make a difference someday. So we do have to invest some time. Like, we do have to be a little bit less selfish and not be like about me and me and me and me.
No, I get you completely. You're right. Yeah. You're right. We need to consider our market. We need to consider our audience. We need to consider the people who care about work.
And like, if you connect with your readers and you like show them that art has meaning and has value, then they are gonna open up doors for future artists, so that they don't have to go through that, like what we're going through, like burnout and all that stuff.
You're right.
So
but like, we also have to.
I mean, you'd have to educate them though.
Yeah, but we also have to acknowledge the reality that they also need to understand, and they also need to understand that like the media, the things that they like to see and they like to read, do not revolve around just understand. No, not that. Just understanding that this is hard. Because here's the thing. Here's the main problem I've come across when it comes to art. It's like explain to a young person who's not working on art, or anybody pretty much, that is engaging with your art, but they don't do art. You explain to them going, yo, art is really hard. It takes me 50 hours to draw this. They'll look at you and be like, and? Like, I'm giving you the read you require. I can't really do much else. I don't make money. And that's not their fault. And for a lot of websites like Webtoon and Tapas and stuff, engaging with the young audience right now is basically what it's called a long game. So it's like what McDonald's did. McDonald's didn't have too many people that were interested in them, but back in the 90s, they just got all the young people to really like them, right? And then we all got to like 20 years old, 20 plus, and now we spend all our money.
That's why they've also, that's why they've invested in that infrastructure as well with their refurbishments.
Yeah, I didn't mean that you had, like, that sounds like you're like force feeding it to them, like straight out, like just telling them. I don't think so. That's just treating them like they're 12-year-olds. I think they are smarter. Some of them, like obviously, but I think most, like, I think people don't understand that kids these days have grown up with different things, and they are smart. So we still have to have some faith. Yeah, and we don't have to like directly, like if you tell them, oh, I worked on this for 50 hours, they're gonna be like, and what, right? Obviously, but that's the hard thing, and that's also like how good of a writer you are, or how good of at showing these things you are. Like, you have to be really good at storytelling and things like that to hit on those points.
That's also the added point of like we also need to be able to point out that like and this is a really annoying part of this whole like the artist movement thing, is no matter what kind of artist movement you have, there will be gatekeeping, because there has to be, because unfortunately because websites use a system of, we provide this level of quality so you can believe that we're good, you know? There has to be gatekeeping. It's just unfortunate, but it's what it is. And the problem with gatekeeping is it's basically the same thing that they're already doing, but with less money. Like, it's the same problem we all already have with creating our work wherever we create it. It's the same exact problem. There's gatekeeping, and the gatekeeping now is that people don't have enough time to give a shit and they devalue your work. The gatekeeping then will be people on this website are judging whether my work is worthy or not. I mean, like, you know, wherever you're going, there is gatekeeping. It's complicated. It's more complicated for the average reader and the average user. Gatekeeping, as in like someone is standing essentially at the metaphorical gate of art and going, your work isn't good enough, and then kicking you out. Someone asked what gatekeeping is.
Oh yeah, that's just regular life for like people.
I know, but it's just like, this is not the place. I like you. I like the way you think, but this is not the place. But I like it.
It's too real right now.
It's too real, but I like it. I like it. Like when you talked about the collective, and I was just like, yes, Marx. Anyway, what was I saying? It's just, gatekeeping is an unfortunate part of any what do you call it? Any collective.
Yeah, any industry, like comics and everything. Like,
whether we want to admit it or not, we need websites like Webtoon and Tap. We need them. They're indispensable, because much like television,
we don't have any alternatives.
No, but it's not just that. They're indispensable even if we had alternatives, because much like YouTube is the alternative for television, where you don't have the money to make a television show, but you have the money, you're able to, you have a personality, and you can show people what you've got, and you just go on a YouTube channel and you just post that shit up. You know, that's how a lot of YouTube comedians. That's a lot of YouTube comedians get big. We need that YouTube per se. We need that place where just because you're not the greatest doesn't mean you don't deserve a light, and doesn't mean you can't become amazing if you have enough people who know what you're doing. You know?
Yeah. The only sad thing about that is, like, I think I also told Raider this, that it all boils down to like luck and like.
Oh yeah, it's luck. It's luck.
And it's so sad.
Yeah, it's luck, but it's also but it's luck, but it's also about being good. Like, how do I put it? I was watching. No. I'm gonna show you what. I'm gonna show you how it matters, because, for example, if we take the YouTube example again, if you don't mind, I was watching the HDHD podcast, and they were talking to Gus Johnson. And they were talking about people who pull them up. Gus is a YouTube comedian, and he wasn't that big when I first started watching. I think he was like 2,000, 3,000 subs or whatever, right? But because he was good at what he did, he got other people who were already big to notice what he made. You know, like he was good. People noticed him, and people brought him up. Well, yeah, you're right. The community needs to have more people pulling up the people beneath them. Just, if you like someone's comic, tell them about it. But also, it reliant on you being good. You know, if I'm making comics, I'm reading comics. I don't know many people who make and don't read. You know, I'm putting videos on Twitch and YouTube. I watch Twitch and YouTube. Why do you think I'm on here? Think I'm on here for show? You know, and if I find someone who's good and I'm bigger than them and I want people to go watch them, I'll be like, yeah, go watch this guy. He makes good stuff and he talks about stuff that we're really into. It's like understanding that in the space, in the webcomic space, it's such most creators always tell me it's such a small space. Like everyone knows everyone, and yet I see so little cross promotion. I see so little cross promotion. I'm like, you all know each other. What the fuck are you doing? But there's so little cross promotion. Unless you're part of like the group of people, unless you're part of like the one or two circles that I know just stick around each other all the time. Like, you know, you basically have no upward pull. There's no upward social mobility, so to speak. No one's coming in going, yo, you make some good stuff, and I'm already big, and I'm making good stuff. I want to call you out and tell people to go read your shit. No one does that. No, at least not enough people did that. And when I say no, I mean not enough people. I think that's just the main problem. The problem now isn't that we need a bigger collective to gatekeep and create a new circle where you're not allowed in if your work isn't good enough. We need more people who are using the YouTube of comics, so to speak, to pull more people that they like up.
I think it's mostly like people that have like, it all boils down to like people that have a voice should lift up people that don't, right?
Yeah.
And and it all boils down to, again, the same thing. So who are the people that have like the largest voice? Obviously, it's white people.
I swear to God, it's the feature creators like, most of the time. Yeah, I get your point.
Oh, I mean, I was talking as a whole, not just comics, but it's like usually like it's a white person, right? That it's mostly more marketable and like has a bigger voice.
To be fair, white people, most of their biggest people are women and are also minorities. So I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of impressive.
And you see like people that are minorities and people of color, they lift people. They do, because they've been there. They've been like, they know that their voice can only reach so many people. So when they get big, you do see that. But yeah,
like I think one of the bigger problems is okay, not gonna say who I got this from, but like a lot of I know feature creators did, for example, because they're the people who we would say are more likely to pull people up. It's like YouTube #1. It's like PewDiePie, you know, that kind of thing. You know, if they talk about someone, that gets that person a bunch of reads, right? There's a small kind of virtual gatekeeping that I think affects a bunch of creators in that Webtoon doesn't allow you to upload your comic to... If you're a feature creator, you don't upload your comic.
Really?
Yeah,
you email it.
You have a lot more like
you finish it, you draw it, you email it to your editor, and then they upload it.
Really?
Yeah. So like when a lot of feature creators don't
how come they have like, how come sometimes feature comics have like typos and things?
That's the thing. Like it's like shit. Like stuff gets through, but you see where the problem is. It's like even if I was a feature creator and I was making something and I wanted to talk with my friend, there's a likelihood that maybe the editors are telling you that you can't do that. You know, despite the fact that they've put you on that high pedestal, they're not letting you pull people up. Maybe. And again, this is all maybe. I keep saying the word maybe because I don't want anyone to say that I'm saying some definite shit. Or maybe this the fact that someone's looking over it. It makes you so resistant to the. Oh my God, the dogs are very angry about the gatekeeping.
They are pretty angry about the gatekeeping. So I mean,
but it's just the situation comes down to, I think. Just
I don't think the popular creators are white. I mean the people that have. I think that people that have a voice, that have a wider way to reach more people, are white. Like people that have like a bigger voice.
Yeah, but we're talking more in the how you say.
Like I mean, like Webtoon just doesn't seem to
a lot
crossover.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are exceptions.
It's actually really diverse.
Yeah, it is.
No. I'm saying something else. So Webtoon doesn't really take like the whole cross promotion thing as well, unless you're doing a crossover chapter.
Yeah.
You don't often get to shout out other creators as easily on your comic itself. If it's on your social, whatever, that's fair game. It's just on your comic on Webtoon itself.
Yeah, which is a problem because, like I pointed out to people, you don't get the what do you call it? People don't engage as much if you write stuff in your comments as much as they would engage if you put it in a visual form that they can read. You know.
I didn't know that.
Well, yeah,
I didn't know they didn't let
no one reads
feature
those
creators do that.
I mean, the thing is, we don't know if they're not letting them, but it's just they're in a situation where it's like, either they're being told no or the environment doesn't allow them to. I don't see why they wouldn't, because I feel like a lot of them read comics. A lot of them do. I don't think
it might be considered like favoritism or whatever, and it's because it's featured. Like it might seem like free advertising. Like
I mean, free advertising is good advertising.
It is, but I'm talking. I mean, it might seem a little bit unfair to people who don't have access to featured creator friends.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm getting at.
I get you, but I guess when it comes down to, I don't know. Like, Pam, do you think it's unfair? I don't think it's unfair if somebody likes your work enough to talk about it.
I don't think it's unfair, but maybe Webtoon doesn't want to be caught out like it's with them comments saying like, oh my god, I can't. I mean, they're only like getting this traction because they're friends with the featured person.
Like, deal with it. It's not your fault. It's your fault for not being friends with the featured person. Deal with it. Life isn't fair.
No, but remember, Webtoon needs to create this illusion that you can make it. Anyone can make it. Like, it can be anyone's Cinderella story.
Oh my god!
So they would be in a huge bind if. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, Maya, what do you think about it? Let me tell. Do you think
I think Kaz was like pointing out like, I didn't know they like they have to email their stuff to editors. That's
more or less.
Yeah. Like, but yeah, I totally understand that. I guess. Never mind.
No, wait.
I'm not making any sense. I'm gonna think about my thought first. Yeah, I don't want to say like a half-assed thought.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I think they deserve the. I think the way Webtoon's doing it is stifling the upward mobility of creators.
I think Webtoon is pretty diverse
because they want more content on their front page.
They constantly seem like they're looking for more people to feature. So
yeah, I mean, but
that's a good thing. But I mean, I'm saying though, Nan, like they need to still like maintain the illusion that anyone can make it. So that's why if you start having people who get more featured and stuff, I mean,
I get you, but like I also I get the illusion of the Cinderella illusion, but there's also the problem like they constantly break that illusion by doing stuff like, for example,
feature some people more frequently on the front page.
Not just that, feature people that never made a webcomic on their site. They're just like, you've got all these people making comics doing really well in the lower points, and then you go outside and you find some podcast story, and then you use that and highlight that as a new story that you want to put up. That's insider knowledge. Don't tell people I told you that. But it's just like, they do stuff like that. They'll go out, they'll find a comic from somebody who isn't making comics on their site, and they'll bring them in. And I'm like, how is that a Cinderella story if the content that I'm getting is not even from your so-called bottom area? Like, it's not there. It's like, what's that one that one of our patrons doesn't like? Casper? What's it called? Caster, yeah, the one with comment. Yeah, that one is.
Oh no, was it Ayashi who doesn't like it because we've been because we have had a discussion about we have had a discussion about like something that's a little bit another kind of words, but that is for another episode. Let's not deal with it.
No, but because
we've only got 10 minutes left.
Oh shit, we only have 10 minutes.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes.
I was gonna make my general point really quickly. My general point was just like, despite while creating that Cinderella thing, they go out of the way and get comics from outside, and I think that just breaks the illusion anyway. So they might as well just stop and not be dicks. People deserve the comics scene. And Georgie, you've made a really good point there. Yeah, you made a really good point there, Georgie. Thank you. Georgie's good. I love that boy. He's so good. He's like my favorite viewer. Don't tell anyone else that I told you that, Georgie. This is between me and you. You're my favorite viewer, George. Pam, are you alive? Also, your microphone has somehow gotten substantially worse. Oh wait, it's back. Pam, so do you want to tell me? Are you ready for your rating? Oh my God, your microphone. Oh God, it's breaking.
Is she? Is it the internet or it's just the mic?
I think it's her mic. Her mic wasn't very good anyway. Pam, are you there?
Okay.
Yes. Okay. We keep hearing feedback. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I think. Wait, hold on.
Oh God, your internet's shitting the bed.
It's all the webcam should talk.
You okay, Cass?
Yeah, I'm fine. Hang on.
Okay. I'm gonna see if this is like the worst time. Just at the end, the connection goes out.
Okay.
Press F to pay respects.
Oh wait, that's good. That's good. What happened? What did you change?
Is everything?
What did?
Yeah, sounds
What's happening?
Sounds perfect.
Okay.
Cool. This is like the end, so like it's fine. Are you ready to rate?
Okay.
Are you ready to rate your ratings? Rate your things?
Yes.
All right. Are you watching the screen? Let's see. What's the rate?
So what are you having her rate this time?
Dogs.
Good idea.
I mean, it's the only idea I had. Let me be fair. Let me be fair.
Oh no, I sent you I wanted to.
Yeah, I asked you. You're like dogs. You ready?
Yeah.
He's wearing a little graduation hat. Go on the site. It's up.
Oh, there you go.
Oh no, it's
He's got a little graduation hat.
Isn't he's a smart boy.
Yeah, it's a good boy. 11 out of 10. It's not my rating.
He's definitely a 420 out of 10.
420.
420 blaze it out of 10.
Is it 4.2 or 420? That's the question.
420.
Is it 420?
She actually gave it she actually gave a blaze it rating out of 10.
Yeah, a blaze it rating out of 10. Blaze it, son. 420 hardline. I'm cool, I swear. I promise I'm the coolest guy. Let's see the next doggo. What's next? Isn't he so adorable? I found these all on one Twitter, and I feel really bad.
Oh.
Rate him. Don't get lost.
He's blebbing. He's doing a big bleb. I would say, this is hard.
Fluffy out of 10.
I would rate it a bleb out of 10.
A bleb?
A bleb? What's a bleb? Explain this to me. I'm confused.
A bleb. I'm gonna type it in the chat.
I'm confused.
Oh gosh.
All I'm saying.
You know what cats stick out their tongue? That's a bleb. Oh my God, how do you guys not know this?
I'm so out of the loop, I swear. She did this before. She was like, don't you know what soft boys are? And I'm like, I don't know anything about soft boys, man. Time really did go by fast. It's a good point.
It's because we were talking
about web
very hard pressing thing. Topic.
I gave him a soft dog out. I think that's a good enough. A blep out of 10.
A blep out of 10.
Blep, exactly one blep. How many bleps is what? How do you convert blep to numbers? That's the question.
Is the bleb economy pretty high good? Or low right now?
It's probably crazy.
The currency of blep, it's worth a lot.
So one blep is 600 points.
Yes. I mean, it's not every day they do a blep.
To be fair, Brad, you're right. The usual length is about 2 hours.
Yeah, well, it is usually 2 hours because you gotta warm up and get really into it. So.
Yeah, we promise we'll make more content.
And then really gets into the webcomics topic.
Look, my dude, I love media and I read stuff. I love media and I read Albert Camus.
That's why I was telling you that I was so excited to be talking to you guys.
Now you need to tell me what you rate this dog. He's so adorable. Look at him. He looks at you. He's got those eyes.
Aww. Oh, he's doing a concern out of 10.
Concern. concern out of 10. Oh, so adorable. And bread, maybe I will. Concern out of 10. I'll take a bunch of the things Kaz and I have been trying to work on for videos and just stream it.
Yep.
And Kaz will tell me.
Yeah, I just need to go on sabbatical like at one point so I can work on all these like crazy fun ideas. Like what crazy. I mean, I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with full-time work. It keeps me like, paid so that I don't have to like be stressed making these making these.
Yeah.
At the same time though, it's like
I'm becoming a teacher, Kaz. How do you think this is going to play out?
Very, very interestingly, actually.
Pam, I'm becoming a teacher. I'm going to teach young people. I'm going to change minds.
You need to teach them about the value of art.
The first class I'm literally going to teach would be, I'm teaching computing, and my first class would be communism and why it's good. Believe me, I'm coming here to educate you children on the goodness of Earth.
Or just, of how to be a good person and not be so cynical about the world.
Me? Cynical? How could you? What do you call him? Look, he's got goggles. This one's got goggles. He's dope.
He's a cool out of 10.
Exactly. Kaz, see, Sesame doesn't measure up to this.
Yeah, because, because nobody buys him goggles. So, if you want him to measure up,
you should buy him
maybe you'll buy him.
I should buy him some
Maybe
goggles.
you guys should buy him some goggles. Like we have clothes for him actually.
I should buy him.
How would that work though? Don't they see black and white? Would that mess up their vision?
No, it's a little bit like all over the place for them. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it would, but it would be quite amusing if it did.
Yeah, because Nan likes torturing dogs.
I don't like torturing. That's a lie. I like torturing cats.
Yeah, like I'm about to turn Sesame into fried chicken.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my fault that I want to turn Sesame into fried chicken. She has the consistency of fried chicken.
Do you mind?
I'm dead.
Her dog looks like the crispiest chicken McNugget.
Because he's a poodle. Because he's a poodle. He's a small poodle.
Just crispy. What'd you give this one?
He is an I'm dead out of 10.
I'm dead out of 10. Oh, it's so dark. Look, it's got a little, what do they call that? Macintosh? Is that what they call that?
So stylish.
He's so cool. Well, he's got the mom fashion. Remember this, kid.
So very fashion.
Moms are the most important people in your life. Even dogs can be moms.
Or you can be the mom to the dog.
Check it. Kaz is typing the nearest storm.
Yeah. This has been a very healing podcast with all like the dogs and all that. Remember, guys, adopt, don't shop.
Yes, adopt a dog. Make sure you adopt the ugliest dog. Like that's not even like a joke. Really, adopt the ugliest dog. Nobody else will, so you might as well do it. Give them love. They deserve love too. # ugly dogs deserve love too.
Oh, this is definitely a good boy out of 10.
Thank you. Someone who gets it. All I'm saying is cats suck. Yeah, alright. Then let's check the last one. You ready for the last one? I don't think this is the best one, but it's a good one. Yeah. Yeah. You're so cute.
Oh.
He's so happy.
He's just so happy to be here.
Or like whatever.
Oh.
I just love him.
Is Pam aware of UPS dogs, by the way?
Oh wait, what?
UPS dogs.
No, wait. There's something called UPS dogs. No.
As in the dogs. Yeah, hang.
Those eyes, they speak to my soul.
There's an Instagram that's just the UPS drivers and dogs. And one of them has a lamb.
The dogs. Yeah, the dogs that they meet on their route.
Oh my fucking god!
Uh-huh.
No one told me this. This is gonna be the rest of my week. It's like when I Googled teacup pigs in teacups, and I was gone. Like seriously, Google teacup pigs in teacups. Then Google teacup pigs. Google teacup, hat, beer. You see a little teacup pig shopping for some Guinness. It's adorable. I spent my week on. Now give me a rating for this dog so that I can sell him to the glue factory.
Dark. This is so hard. It's so adorable.
So she can't decide like what to rate this dog.
I guess he is a solid
Snake out of 10. Oh no, that's a wrong.
Solid Snake out of 10. Metal Gear out of 10.
He's a solid
dummy Snake out of 10.
Why? He's a dog. No. Go away. It's like the time the Cincinnati Zoo sent out a picture of like an animal. It was like, it's dummy thick. Stop it. Don't sexualize my pets.
He's an I'm crying out of 10.
Oh my god, everyone's crying. It's all tears here. It's all tears up in this.
Like we don't deserve this. Like what did we do?
So adorable. They're so cute.
We really don't deserve dogs.
Dogs are too good. All I'm saying is cats suck. That's all I'm saying. Cats just are not as good.
God.
It's just facts, guys. It's just facts.
Nen just has to. He's here with the hot take.
I'm not wrong.
He's Nen with the hot takes. Dogs are
welcome to the youth community, Nen. Sexualize the pets.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah. So
I'm not ready to yiff. I'm sorry.
How many more have we still got to rate?
Actually, that's the last dog. We've got through all the dogs, and we also just hit 2 hours.
Okay.
So
right. So I mean, I think it's the time to say the sponsors,
the usual end.
Thank people, and then
Wait, you can drink bacon now? What? Quiet, Sesame. The men are talking.
Drink bacon. Wow.
Yeah, Georgie, why do you do these things when I'm?
Isn't that almost like Soylent levels of consistency?
Soylent levels of consistency are the only kind of consistency I want. That's all I'm saying. Consistently gross. Pigs in a teacup.
Why you do this? Why you do this?
All right. Before I forget, I never do this, and then Kaz gets mad at me. What are the usual ending things I need to say?
We need to. We thank our staff. We thank our guests. We thank our staff. We thank our sponsors.
Oh yeah, I remember the order. So I also need to call out April's recommended comics. Everybody, gather around. Gather around, children. Gather around to your computer desk. Let me tell you about the comics that we recommend for you to read this April. We recommend a series of 3 comics every month because, we talk about pulling people up. This is how we pull the people that we like up. Let's see. I think I put it under that command.
Read Blackburn.
Nen just fixates on the word pull.
Blackburn is one of them.
He likes to think he's got game.
Yeah, but I just fell into that. But yeah, the 3 recommended comics of this year are Who Are You by Fleor, coming in for the second time. Space Vixen by Ferretta. Ferretta's got some really good art, and they're a very good artist. And Blackburn by Momo Gigi, which I swear I wasn't coerced, but I did. But yeah, if those are the links up there in the chat, and if you're on YouTube, I think I can get you the links. I'm not sure. Well, if you're on YouTube, just come to Twitch. I'm lying. Stay on YouTube.
That's how you
stay on YouTube because we need those views. Don't leave, goddammit. Let me see. I can probably send it in there. I could probably put it in there. Yeah, I can. Hopefully, it'll fit. I think. Oh, it's like 230 characters too long. Well, fuck. Okay, I got it in. Anyway.
This is his life, I swear.
This is my life. But yeah, if you're on YouTube and on Twitch, those are all the links for all the comics of the year. Of the month of April. I know, of the year. We should have a
comics of the year. Wow, like huge accolades.
I know, right? We should have a comic of the year. But comics of the month, check them out. They're good. Who Are You by Fleor is incredibly good.
Oh wait, Eisners were out, weren't they?
Yeah.
The Eisners were out, and Eisners.
Oh yeah.
They nominated some comics for the year.
They're not. We are the only real certifiable way of knowing the comics of the year because we are the best comics of the year raters. But yeah,
Oh my gosh.
That's what I'm gonna say. I'm trying to hype us up, man. Anyway, yeah, check out April's recommended comics. Thank you to our patrons. Our patrons for this month, as always, are Archangel227, also known as our Lord and Savior Archangel, Ayashi, which I love him. He's so great. Ian McDonald, is that how I say it? Ian Mac. I'm just gonna call it Ian Mac because it's a better name. We do post them on Twitter and Instagram. We post pictures and links. This month we slacked a bit. I do apologize to everybody who recommended. So we might just put a mass post out before the month ends. But from next month, regularly with posts, pictures, and screenshots for every comic that we recommend for the month. If you want us to recommend a comic for the month, you should DM me, DM Kaz, tweet us at Twitter. Tweet us on Twitter, or comment on the gram.
Basically slide into his DMs. Basically, he wants to feel like he wants to feel loved, so slide into his DMs.
Thank you, who else is there? Ian Mack, thank you, and also our final and one of my favorite patrons, Nick the Halfling. Thank you very much. You guys are wonderful, and you help us do what we do. Your comic dub is coming soon. I'm going to post the highlights today, so please do check Patreon today. It'll be a Patreon-only post, and if you don't want to get it, you just need to give us $1 on Patreon and up, and you can get access to seeing all the stuff that we're working on, and all the stuff that we post, and access to the website earlier than everyone else and shit like that.
Money.
Get that money.
Basically, you get to enjoy shenanigans.
Yeah, as always.
Get that coin.
Pretty much. As always, every podcast is sponsored by the beautiful boy, Moso. He's such a soft boy. He's a soft boy who's also probably going to be making our merch that's coming up. If I can figure out what we need, just ask Kaz. Tell me what you want for merch. I'm lazy and I don't know how merchandise works.
I'm not sure if he can get like the different like merch ideas that you want. But
I mean, at least I can get stickers from him. That's what I'm looking for. Stickers and socks.
Oh wait, are you guys going to any conventions in the US?
I go to British conventions. Kaz goes to Singaporean conventions, and Yas goes to American conventions.
So yeah, like we're a team that's like international, by the way. Yeah. So
Kaz is going to Dojima.
Yep, I am actually. Yeah, I am at Dojima this coming weekend.
Yeah.
The weekend we have the podcast.
June,
I will be there.
And in June, I'll probably be at London Film and Comic Con, so that's gonna be a thing. If people live
I'm actually gonna be there with Carlos, who writes and draws Exco, and he also draws for Merryweathery. So he's gonna have like lots of cool swag there, and you get to find like Exco Volume 1 in print. It's exclusive to the convention right now. Like
I'm just waiting for my chapter, mine to get sent. That's all I'm waiting for.
Ooh.
I want it to be signed. I want it to be sent. I want Carrie to sign it and then call me his hot boy in the signature.
Okay, we have got some copies like reserved for certain people who have requested it, who aren't in Singapore.
Well, I just requested it.
Yes, I know, Nen, and I am actually writing it down in a list.
Thank you. Have him.
You can get online. You can get in line with Merryweathery.
Yeah.
You can get in line with Merryweather. You can also get in line with Rain,
I don't give a shit who's in line with me. All I want him to do is write to my personal hot boy.
Oh my god. Okay, I'll let him know that's what you're after.
All I want. Carrie. I have a big crush on Carrie. Don't blame me. It's not my fault he's so cute.
The thirst is real.
Thirst is real. Oh yeah, Kaz hasn't said Nico kneecaps yet. You need to do that tonight.
Yeah.
You do that.
Yeah, I need to do that for our patrons. The whole Nico kneecaps thing. Yeah. Yes, it is quite exclusive if you pledge our Patreon.
Kaz will voice weird shit. Anyway, thank you. That's all the stuff.
We're keeping it PG. Oh, we need to thank our staff, man.
Yeah, we need to thank our staff. We need to thank Ink, who writes virtually everything. We need to thank.
She helps our prep. For this,
we need to thank Yaz, who helps with our social media and probably going to have a new job soon. It's great for her. She's doing good for us. We need to thank Zebra for drawing all the beautiful things. We need to thank our art director Corona for being so fucking great at just art directing, despite having exams like every day. And we need to thank Pamela Draws, Pam-Cakes for wasting a weekend here with us. Really
thank you
appreciate
to all the moms in the world. And thank you to Beyonce. I guess thank you to Spotify to finally putting finally putting Beyonce on Spotify.
Oh wow, really? That's who you're gonna thank, Beyonce? I'm sorry, Beyonce is not the ultimate mom. We all know the ultimate mom is freaking Edward Elric's mom. not before she gets resurrected. After she gets resurrected, straight up. I want that zombie mom all over.
Oh my god.
If you want to access all the stuff, it's actually at the $5 tier that we put most of the stuff. Although the dubs will be for everyone. The Kaz voices will be at $5 tier, which I haven't made yet, but it's gonna be a thing. I haven't made the $5 tier, but I should do it today. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Marie, you're so late if you just got here. Uwu indeed. You should probably watch the recording. There'll be highlights out in like a week or two. I don't know. We're trying to catch up with our highlights. It's taking a while. It's a Lavo podcast. Thank you so much to everyone for showing up. Thank you to Pam for being the most wonderful, beautiful guest ever. God bless. Thank you to all of our featured comics. Yeah, what do you want to say?
Thank you to Radar.
Yeah, thank you to all of our featured comics. Thank you to Radar and Soap for tormenting me enough to make me invite her. Mostly Radar. Soap just torments me from a distance. And thank you to everyone who helped us work on this. And we will see you guys in 2 weeks with a very exciting episode with who are we talking to, Cass? You know? I know, but I'm asking if you know.
Oh dear.
Because you know, I want to make sure you know. I'm joking. We're talking with Jules Susan, the creator of Edith. I'll see you guys then.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, right? We got Jewel. It was great. It was really hard. I had to email her. It was
that's the next one, right?
Yeah, it's the next one. We're talking with Jules Susan, the creator of Edith. Edith isn't out.
We're doing good now. Like we're getting like lots of. I mean, we're getting featured people say yes to us.
Yeah, but we're getting the best people. The people on the ground. Discover creators. Y'all are the best. Don't hype up the feature too much. They can't know that we only want the feature. No. Yeah. Thanks for a great. You guys make our podcast great. Thanks so much for showing up. Thank you, Fran, for showing up. Thank you, everyone. We've said thank you like 9 times. I can't say thank you enough, to be honest. If you're a patron, please message me if you want to know anything or any information about what we're going to be putting up. Otherwise, I will see you guys next 2 weeks or so. I don't know. We'll see. Peace. What? It's just how every episode ends, you know. We sit down for like 20 minutes and we say thank you to everyone. What's that? Like a little Pepe in the corner.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think it was because when I was testing some voice chat things a while ago. I was doing some coding and I fucked it up. Yeah, they're great. They're great.